In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome everybody, you will have for the day with big. Okay, EyaseLok'shin there. Um, Welcome everybody. My name is Ndwandwe, and I'm going to be your host today. So basically, I'm going to be introducing you to a program that we call a self-development program into business developments. Before I can dwell much on the self-development program, I think it's important that I first share with you who am I and why am I even here in front of your face. So as I said, my name is Ndwandwe, and I'm a chairperson of APASA, as you can see my t-shirts that I'm wearing today. But besides that, I'm a lot of things. I'm a student doing ADA in University of Fort Hare. I'm also a businessman. Yeah? I'm just a young entrepreneur who is very concerned about the state of governance in this country, who's also very concerned about the poverty rates that we have. So in the back of my mind, when I started this program, it was to actually help us as the young student who are studying become accounting, because there is a very high rate of failure in this degree, and people who actually make it, they make it after a very long time. And after a brief analysis that I've made, I saw the need for this program because I believe it can uplift the students while they are being students. It can actually create or give them a business mind at a very young age, so that when they complete their degrees, they are capable of actually running a business. So now, as you can tell from the name, it's a self-development program. It means that we are developing you as an individual. We are developing your character to actually be able to develop a business, or to actually be able to run a business. Now, a big portion of me as Madoda, also known as EyaseLok'shin. I'm also known as EyaseLok'shin because EyaseLok'shin the sun. So a big part of me, I will say, you would say, this does not come from me. Yeah, it really does not come from me. I wouldn't have been able to think something like this, but everything I give credit to uNkulunkulu. Uyena mqali wale program, and if mina ngingekho close to him, the program ayizuba khona. But one specific thing is that in everything that I do when I'm doing this program, I must start by calling his name. So please allow me to just do a short prayer to actually welcome God into this place while you are watching me, to also yes, you will hear. Babe egameni likaNkulunkulu Baba, uNkulunkulu Ndodana, uNkulunkulu Moya Ngcwele. Baba, ngikhulekela mina uqobo, ngikhulekela le ndawo engikuyona, ngikhulekela lo mntwana obukile, ngikhulekela nanombani umunye ongahle yabone le video, ukuba uNkulunkulu namandla uma ngabe beqala bezwa lento engizobe ngisho, uNkulunkulu namandla wena ubambulele ubuhle bayo, kungabi njengokusho kwami kodwa kube njengokusho kwakho. Ngicela Nkosi ukuba nakumina ungene kumina kuqala, ulwazi lonke anginalo kodwa ulwazi lisuka kuwena. Uma ngabe ke Nkosi ngingekho kuwena, kusho ukuthi ulwazi anginalo, kusho ukuthi kahle mina ngiyilutho, lonke utho wena. Ngiyanxusa ke Nkosi ukuba uphinde ulethe lobu buhlakani basezulwini, uNkulunkulu namandla, uphinde ulethe lamagama azokwazi ukuthi akhande lo mntwana nalo mntwana, ukuze Nkosi yami ushintshe impilo zabo bonke lokho esizokwenza lapha. Konke Nkosi kungokwakho. Ngakho-ke ngiyacela, ngiyakunxusa Moya Ngcwele uba usondele egameni likaJesu Kristu waseNazaretha, egameni likaThixo Baba, uNdodana kanye noMoya Ngcwele. Ngiyakwamukela Moya Ngcwele. Amen. So that was a short prayer to actually welcome Moya Ngcwele, because he's the one who carry all this information. Okay, so one of the things while I was still introducing them is that I said specifically that this program, the aim is to the aim of this program, number one, is to increase number of graduates in record time. in record time. And while these graduates are graduating in record time, but they are actually competent. So we want to build the competence amongst our young leaders and amongst our young accountant or business people. We want them to be competent. And competence speaks about having all the knowledge that you need. Yeah? And then the second thing that we are aiming to do is to see an increase in number of young people that are owning businesses. So we want to see an increase in entrepreneurship, increase in number of young entrepreneurs. And because we are being taught how to run a business from the start, when you enter in this degree, whether it's become accounting science, become accounting, anything that we talk about become accounting, that is almost the CA stream. We are talking about business people. Thus, we just want to see an increase in number of young entrepreneurs. Young entrepreneurs. Now, the third objective of this program is to actually build ethics to those who will be leading our businesses, or which is in this case it's all the accounting students. So we want to build ethics to those who will run businesses. Okay, so I've just briefed you now on basically what is the self-development program and what it's all about. And during all this, one of the things that we try to do also is to actually equip you with skills. When we talk of skills, we can say Excel is a skill, because in order for you to be able to work in the real world, you must know Excel skills, you must be able to analyze skills, you must be able to draw a database using Microsoft Excel. So we are talking about being able to present information, how to draw up a slide, how to present, how to convince our investors. We are here to teach you everything and anything about business, but it does not only just is not just limited to that. We are teaching, or we are building your character as a human being to be able to run a business. Now, after we are done now with the introduction of the self-development program, now let's get into it. What is the self-development program? Why is it relevant? Like all of these questions that any person might have. Now, I'm going to answer them. It starts with you as an individual. Let's say this is you as an individual, right? Now, before you can come into existence, you are created by two people, which are created by your father and you are created by your mother. Now, when we talk about self-development, in order for yourself to be able to be fully developed, in order for us to development, you need to first understand yourself to the fullest. Gotta understand your purpose in life. We have two people in this degree. One, we have those who choose accounting. And then we have those chosen by accounting. So we actually have two people in this degree. We have people who chose that they want to do accounting, they want to be CAs, and we have people who were not wanting to be anything to do with accounting, but according to life gave them accounting. And they are here, and we are all here now. But it starts from the start here. Let's talk about those who didn't actually choose accounting, those that were chosen by accounting. let's actually start here so that you can understand how did you get here, how did you get to be chosen by accounting. Ne? So before you can even be created, before you can even be born, kusuke ubaba wakho ephila impilo yakhe, noma wakho ephila impilo yakhe. Baba wakho isuke lo muntu awuyena emndenini ewuyena nasemndenini wakubo. Noma wakho usuke uyena nasemndeni enomndeni wako bephila impilo ephilayo enokunomndeni. Ne? Sometimes abanye bethu sizalelwe emshadweni, abanye bethu sizalelwe outside umshado. Laba abazalelwe emshadweni, we can assume ukuthi by the time they were created, they were planned for. So singasho ukuthi ukuze create-ke wena uNkulunkulu icebo lakhe ayelikhanda out of happiness, because vele umzali wakho ubaba wakho nomama bashadile. So ukuze kube nesidingo sokuthi wena ube khona, abanye sizalwe asifani. Omunye uthola ukuthi emshadweni we-already ne-time, omunye emshadweni we-already ne-time abanazo abantwana, and wena ngumntwana wokuqala. It's a purpose leyo nto leyo, because uNkulunkulu uphendule imithandazo yalabantu bobabili ngawe ukuze kuzalwe wena. Omunye, it happens to almost majority of us, we are born outside umshado, and kusuke kuwukuthi manje ke zizalwa umama nobaba abangashadile. Abanye kuyenzeka emva kokuthi umama nobaba bekhande wena baba bese beyaxabana bayahlukana. Omunye ukhandwa, omunye umntwana ukhandwa in EyaseLok'shin, sikhuluma ngesizwe, ukhandwa because uNkulunkulu usuke efuna ukuphanisha umzali wakhe uma wakhe. So wena njengoba ufika kulomhlaba lo uzoba ipunishment kumzali wakho ukuthi ubengalaleli. uNkulunkulu bemxelela ukuthini ukuthi musu ukwenza ukuthi umzali wakho wakwenza ngenkani, and the results that they got ukuthi kube khona wena. Abanye ke mangabe umzali wakhe esefikile usukhulelwe, uma wakhe esekukhulelwe ususeswini, it gets to be difficult. Omunye usuke ukhulelwe umama ophuzayo kakhulu, omunye usuke ukhulelwe umama obhemayo, and through it all, during the pregnancy period of 9 months, umzali wakho singasho ukuthi omunye usuke ukubeka kwi-risk. Welcome back. So we are still proceeding with the explanation. So I'm saying, any person before they are born, uma wakho nobaba wakho bephilela impilo yabo, and then abanye bethu uma ngabe sizalwa singaplanwanga, abanye bethu mabezalwa bazalwa beplaniwe, and uma ngabe uzalwe uplaniwe kunomthelelo ukuthi indlela ozoyiphila ngayo impilo yakho wena mangabe usufika la kwi-earth. Omunye umuntu usiza izinto oba nenhlanhla, always happy, the happy child, izinto ngazo ukuthi zibambela kahle. No, sometimes indaba uma wakhe nobaba wakhe they listened to God. So even ukuzaleka kwakhe under igrace yokwenza kwabazali bakhe. But abanye bethu we suffer in life, we are not happy, we struggle now and then, all of this. It's because abanye bethu were not planned, and it's very important to understand when ukuthi as a person ithini into yakho. Omunye while uma wakhe was still pregnant with you, kwenzeka izinto mhlawumbe uma wakho nobaba wakho baqala lapho baxabana bebanga umsindo, mhlawumbe ubaba wakho wakuphika. Ne? Zonke lezo zinto ziba nomthelelo, because these are spiritual things. So now when we are saying come here, ne? When we are saying come here, in order for you to be able to develop yourself, we gotta be able to develop what we call a clean mind. In order for any business person to be able to run a business, a successful business, they must be able to have what we call a clean mind. And a clean mind, it means that spiritually, when we talk of a spiritual realm, your mind is in a better place. How then can we say your mind is actually in the better place? You gotta make sure that you are spiritually clear. Now, by being born, or automatically we are not clean. But as we grow, as we move with life, that is where we actually get to see things that are happening. Now, if you have a clean mind, it's the one that will able to drive you forward into your success. But if your mind is not clean, and how can you tell that my mind is not clean? You're talking about your emotions, they're all over the place. If you don't have a clean mind, you get stressed a lot. If you don't have a clean mind, you don't have a relationship with God. If you don't have a clean mind, you don't know yourself, you don't trust yourself, you sometimes doubt yourself to the fullest, you just lack self-confidence, low self-esteem. Those are all things that are caused by someone who's not having a clean mind. Okay, so so all of these things, they are contributing towards why you were chosen to do accounting or why did you choose to do accounting. So ezinto yonke lento ehlanganisa ukuzaleka kwakho, singakakhulumi ngokukhula kwakho now asingakakhulumi nge-upbringing yakho, sakhuluma from uma wakhe esakhulela. There might be things ezenzeka while our parents are still pregnant with us eziba a major influence to the life that we are going to live. Because khumbula, we are looking at it from a sense of uNkulunkulu. Uthi uNkulunkulu mangabe kubuka usuke kubona ukukhandeka kwakho ukhona yonke process, and ukuthi kwenzakalani kuwena kusuke mainly influenced by these two people. If these two people are still abiding by the God's law, when most likely you are going to be safe. But sometimes because when you get to be the vulnerable option, you go to uNkulunkulu azwakalise ulaka lwakhe ukuze apanishe lo muntu. Omunye uthi mangabe engalaleli umama, engalaleli uNkulunkulu, gcine sek-affecta wena. Ingakho sometimes sithola abantwana abane-disability. So I don't mean that in a bad way. I know some of these topics are very sensitive to some viewers, so forgive me for that part. So some of the things though, you must understand so that you are happy with your life, so that you ukwazi ukuthi uxhumane noNkulunkulu, ukwazi ukumthola ukuthi uNkulunkulu, yes, you gave me this life, but then how ufuna ukungisebenzisa kanjani? How do you want to use me? From that point up until you are born. When you were born, omunye ngenkathi ezalwa uma wakhe nobaba wakhe babesendaweni eyi-1. Ubaba wakhe wafika ezobambisa uma wakhe, ezosupport uma wakhe ukuthi azalwe. And because of that support, uma wakhe wamthanda to that extent ubaba wakho, nawe mangabe ubona some representation of ubaba wakho. And if ukuthi it's like that, mhlawumbe already alisakwazi ukumove on from ubaba. Lisamfuna mhlawumbe ubaba lapha akasafuni, usethola omunye umuntu. And now uzalwa wena uma wakho usezochase ubaba all your life, and this has an implication on the life that you are going to be living. Zonke lezi zinto sichaza ukuze uzo-understand ukuthi why did accounting choose you, or why did you choose accounting. So when you were born, you were a kid, a normal kid, and then were raised. Now when you are now raised, so from this point going upwards, everything that is happening in your life is influenced by your parents. Ukuthi kwenzakalani kuwena kudalwa abazali bakho. But from this point when you are now born and you are now living, you are starting to be raised, you are going to start living your life. Zonke lezi zinto ebezenzeka before you were born spiritually, they are now going to manifest onto you, and from that point uzokhula uyilengane uyangithola. If ukuthi mhlambe for an example ake ngenze isibonelo kuthina abaZulu, uma ngabe mina uma ubaba wami ekhulelisa uma wami ngaphandle komshado, kufanele ubaba buya azohlawula. And sometimes lezi zinto zenhlawulo ziyayikhanda ingxabano phezulu kwekhanda lomntwana. Sometimes ngizothi mangabe ngizalwa i-already lingivele lingibizisa isibongo sakubo kababa, kodwa ubaba zange ahlawula, zange angithenga, azenze izinto zani zesiko. if ukuthi kanjalo indlela engizokhula ngayo izoyi-affecta mina because angenzelwanga isiko. So zonke lezi zinto lezi, there we are talking about each and every stage of your life so that you can understand ukuthi ufike kanjani la, and if uthi njengoba usufikile la, okay, how do you move forward? We are actually trying to make you understand your purpose in life, or else how can you find your purpose in life? So from this point, when you are now being raised, you are going to be told rules, okay? So now from here, when you are now a child, you are going to be told rules that you must supposed to live with. Now, people who will be telling you the rules, sometimes imithetho yasekhaya, eminye imithetho yakwi-community, eminye imithetho yasendaweni esiphila kuyona, but you will be told the rules and okufanele uphile ngawo. That is when ukhuliswa ukuthi ingane ayikwenza ukuthi, ingane iyacela, ingane ayinqaphela umuntu omdala, ingane ayikhulu ayi-talk back kumuntu omdala, ingane fanele ihloniphe. All those things sezikuwena-ke manje. But because of everything spiritual that has been happening, it gets to determine itself here. Omunye uba ingane engahloniphi ebuncaneni bakhe vele, omunye engahloniphini kwakhe udalwe yibo labo umzali. Kanjani na? Ngokuthi mhlawumbe umzali wayengispoila kakhulu from the time I was born up until the time sengikwazi ukukhuluma, ubengispoila too much, kungekho lutho ongayitshela wrong, yonke into fanele ngiyifumane. And because of that, uzobe ingane engahloniphi. And ukungahloniphi kwami ngizokhula nakho ngize ngiyoba yilo muntu engizoba uyena ngimdala. Okay, fine. We see that. We see all this, ne? So when you are a child, you get told rules, you are told the way to live. And now, that is the first relevant part. That is the first most relevant part. So now, uma ngabe usuyingane, what you will be exposed to will influence you. Will influence you. And it will influence how you think, how you move, how you judge, how you do this, how you do this, how you do this, whether you will be able to do this or not. Where we grow up, we then going to be exposed to izinto zangakithi influence ukuthi sibe ilabantu esiyibona njengamanje. Ne? Okay. So after we have been exposed to all these things, we are now going to find something that we love and something that we hate. You are still a kid, usayingane, but senganeni bakho uzoba nokudla ukuthi lokudla lokhu angikufuni nala ngikhambe khona. Hayi into ukuthi angifuni nala ehambe khona. So when you are a kid, you are being exposed, you are being influenced, you are being told, you are still a kid and your mind is still in a copy and paste phase because you copy what you see from other people and you do that. And when we write a scale, this is 0, this is 50, this is 50. Né? This is negative 50. In a scale, how you get to make decisions, they make bad decisions. They make bad decisions. And they don't know why. You know, it's not like they just want to be this bad kid who makes bad decisions, but spiritually, these things are influenced, and you gotta understand. In the process, instinct all the time, that's wrong. Ne? I hope you well. And then, omunye uthatha isinqumo right, most cases wenza ama choices agrand omunye or plus or minus. So you gotta understand yourself, you gotta understand where you come from, you gotta understand your past, you gotta understand how you grew up. Yonke leyo nto leyo yona ezokusiza ukuthi uyidiscover njengamanje ukuthi okay, njengamanje njengoba sengila in this phase, how am I supposed to move? So you are going to see things that you love and you are going to see things that you hate. And the things that you love, you are going to continue doing them up until uzofika lesi stage okusona njengamanje. And things that you hate, you're just going to hate up until you feel this stage somehow. Or else that you grow up hating, you now love, and some that you grow up loving, you now hate. Ne? Okay, ake sibambe lapho kwamanje, then sobe sesiqhubeka on the next episode. Okay, so see a quick recap of what we have said before Sibuela. So we are saying the life that you are living currently, or I'm saying your purpose was determined even way before you were born. The need for these people to actually come together, do a sexual intercourse, then when uvele njengomntwana isuke iplano uNkulunkulu all the way back before you even exist. And uma ngabe usu exist usu just a fulfillment ukuthi ngabe leyo nto uNkulunkulu akudalele yona uzoyenza noma uzokuyenza yini. So now yonke ke into esikhula ngayo, izinto esiyibona sisikhulu, izinto esiyibona what we get to be exposed to the life that we live while we are still growing, yizona ezidetermine ukuthi what type of people or what type of a person or what type of a student you are currently. And now we are here on the current. Now I will make typically 3 to 4, 5 examples, or as with the aim of being on good wena ubone ukuthi what is your purpose and how wena link to your purpose and this accounting. Because at some point you must understand what, as I'm explaining all these things, I'm coming towards coming here with why did you come to accounting, or why did accounting choose you? Ne? So omunye umuntu ukhula under ingcindezelo yabazali uma ngasho kanjalo, mhlawumbe abazali bebemhlukumeza uma ngasho kanjalo, and umuntu okhule kanjalo, those are your stripes uma ngasho kanjalo, those are your pains, or those are your ilonda zakho. But uNkulunkulu usuke kubeka or usuke ekhambisa through that process ngamasibomu, kusuke kuyimpilo yakho leyo. Ezinye inkinga ezizayo ezisuke ungayicanga uyidale uyena othe phila leyo mpilo, ngoba usuke eqeqeshela ukuthi uzokwazi ukuthi ube ukhiye. So how you get to develop a business is a long sustainable business. How you get to create a business is through seeing a problem that exists in the society and say, how can I solve this problem? But if umuntu onganqanyi ukukreate, onganqanyi ukusolve izinto, umuntu omumbu enjoy ukubona izinto wrong zenzeka wrong, kodwa ukuthi uzoba usomabhizinisi, kodwa ukuthi uzokwazi ukubona uku-identify a unique problem, because uzohlezi ufuna imali. But the ability to be able to have a business that will be long sustained is for you to see ingxaki and then say, I want to solve this problem. I just want to ensure that this thing, when I die, does no longer exist. And you can pinpoint and tackle one specific item, or else okay, Yasmin, for an example, if let's say then when I want to ensure with the power or the influence engakwazi ukufinyelela kuyona, as long as they go the longest I can go, the highest I can go, I want to ensure ukuthi angiphinde ngibone ezinye ingane zihlukunyezwa abazali bazo. That is a solution, because that's a problem. Ukuthi wena you undergo that problem and now mhlawumbe awusekho under, now ukuthi abasekho who are still facing the same problem. So labayana abasazobhekana, because uyabazi ubuhlungu baleyanto, awufisa ukuthi omunye umuntu azwe leyanto wayizwa. How can you solve that? I'm talking to you, accounting student. How can you solve that? uNkulunkulu seqeqeshile wakufaka kulezi gemegeme zonke, ufundeni wena, uyini ongayithatha kuleyo nto leyo usiza abantu ukuthi okay, umuntu obhekane nalenkinga angabe sabhekana nayo omunye. How can you change them? How can you make things better? That is how you develop a proper business plan. And abanye bethu sikhethiwe njengoba sila. Omunye bencempu ngeMaths. Tshela ukuthi wamtshela ngeMaths angafeyila isiZulu, feyila English, afeyile zonke lezi izifundo lezi zisebenza kakhulu ngenotes, but wamtshela ngento ethi numbers ngeke umenze lutho, ne? And in all jobs awa-apply wavele wathathwa ka-accounting. Omunye azange ayi-apply ngisho nokuyi-apply le-accounting kodwa namhlanje wenze i-accounting. What can be the reason for that? If it's at we need so many solutions in mathematics. We have so many problems relating to mathematics. I mean, Ghana high school, I full mathematics. How can you solve that? And here, how can you then open a business? From the start, how can you open a business? How can you then sustain that business? Or else, if you can go and work in any mathematician company. They need accountants. They need business. They do have businesses, a mathematics. So you are relevant there. At the end of the day, guys, accounting, it shouldn't be a drag. But if the accounting is accounting, you are not going to. You are going to have a hard time. Especially abantu abaningi abangazange bayikhethe accounting, abakhethwe accounting. If you didn't choose accounting, you didn't want to do accounting, it's most likely you will spend the first 2 years of your career. If we first year pass or by second year pass, I got 30 years like king. If we because you are not passionate about it. And imagine you're passionate, we are still in denial. Your first my first year. In denial. Awukho kwi-maths wenza accounting much, and njengoba wenza accounting, you need to degrade or de-learn or but you need to change your mind from actually resisting i-accounting ukuthi angiyifuni mina ngifuna ukwenza ukuba udokotela, mina ngifuna ukwenza actual science, mina ngifuna ukuba i-engineer. Isuse leyo nto, degrade. And then ufake uthando lwe-accounting. Look at accounting as a stepping stone to your future career. If you want to be an engineer, book accounting as a stepping stone to you going to work in any engineering company. Because all engineering companies, they need the CEO, they need the CFO. And it's in a Lara accounting, we are being trained to be executives. So if you go with this journey up until you by CA, ungaqasha ube CFO, ungaqasha ube CEO of any company. Ake senze isibonelo ngami. Mina ngiyayincanywa ibhola, ne? And njoba ngilithanda ibhola, I love Champions League. Say when we talk about Champions League, we are talking about the biggest stage. And maybe let's say because of me loving football and loving the Champions League, actually I want to go and work Champions League, UEFA. I have that potential. I have that ability. If I'm doing this degree, this is your key. This is your stepping stone. Each and every company, each and every country, it needs accountants. Each and every country, it needs a CEO, a well-developed, a well-groomed CEO. And if you are like that, even if you are that, trust me. So we are saying, if you have been chosen here, Tati accounting kanje as a stepping stone. Accounting, leo ngaifu. Tati accounting kanje, and then look at the future possible careers that you can do. I go to the accounting. Uzobe wenza those careers nge accounting. You can be if you to turn to X, you can go and work to masopis. Masopis they need the umuntu generate ama cost. So focus on math. If you go to turn in modeling, you can be part of the people who create or stage ama competitions and modeling. Anything, any job. If you laga accounting, you are relevant. You can still go and do that. So isifiso sami njengamanje, or what I'm saying to you, is for you to actually stop looking down upon accounting, stop hating accounting, stop wanting to money that much. Focus on you, focus on your destiny, focus on what you were created for. If you love social media, you can't change that. Focus on what you love. And with this accounting, it can make you be the best in anything that you want. I'm hoping that at the end of this session you have learned something. I'm hoping that you have learned something in terms of how you are relating and coming to here, because sonke njengoba silaga accounting, ithini uNkulunkulu ukuphathise umqondo wokuthi ucreate a business noma ucreate a solution ethile social, or else uNkulunkulu mhlawumbe uzokusebenzisa ukuthi kule lawo ama-company ase-exist already, how can you make them better? A big part of this, when we are talking about building our ethics, the state of governance in this country is shocking as hell. Like, it's the one that is capable of making a child. It's umntomdala, but just because umntomdala is acting like a child, they're not doing what they are supposed to do. Or la fetha balapha kwipolitiki phezulu, ngithi mangihlaziya ngithi nje wow, baba kabani loyana oyindoda engenaqiniso. Hlula uqiniso. And then call yourself a leader, saying, hey, that's a story for another day. But all I'm saying is that, so when we are saying we want to increase the number of graduates in record time, okay, we'll say that. When we say we want to build ethics, we want to end corruption. We want to end corruption. How can we end corruption? If majority of us, njengoba sila university, ngiyabona ukuthi ngithanda into ukuthi I've seen this solution and create a business. Man, this is what this program is here to teach, to create and open businesses for yourself. If ukuthi alikho business ofuna ukulcreate, lawo business lawo ufuna ukusebenza khona, develop yourself. Uze uma ufika ka-MTN, if ufuna ukusebenza MTN, uma ufika MTN uthi mina lo bathi siyacela siyakufuna wonke ama-company ohalela ukusebenza kuwona awakufune wona. And it is possible ufonelwe ngapha nangapha mina ukuthi hey sicela uzosebenza, ufonelwe i-Manchester City, ufonelwe i-Madrid, ufonelwe ibani ngikhuluma ngami ngithanda ibhola. Uthi hey wozicela uzoba ucoach wethu, usicela uzosenzela ama-financial statement wethu, usicela uzoba this and that. It is possible. So let us all focus. We understand ourselves and understand this. Let us combine it and come. So, ladies and gentlemen.
If you am going to him, if you am going to him, kwakhala manje EyaseLok'shin, ebo nehleli ngayeke phambili, if you am going to him, kukhala manje EyaseLok'shin, ngoba abona ebo